you made it this far. Hey guys, what's going on? Giving you an update on our raise and build project in today's video. And we just...
Yeah, you say hi. Can you wave?
Now, I don't actually think we've shared the architectural drawings at all on the YouTube channel before.
No. I don't think we've even shared the current layout of the house. Like, we've filmed a lot of content in here, but we've not ever, like, laid out which room is next to which.
Yeah, it's all going to be changing anyway.
Yeah, true.
So this is your first look at what our raise and build project will look like. We're going to show you the architect's drawings. It's going to have some renders as well and show the layout and our thinking around the floor plans and why we decided to do what we've ended up doing for our project. Before we dive into the final house plans, there's a couple of things on our checklist that we needed to tick off. And so we've gotten our QBCC license. We've now got the drawings, which we're going to show you today. We've had the engineering done on our plans, which is great. A soil test was part of that as well. I organised just the other day my QBCC insurance and Q leave, and we've been working on that with our, not a quantity surveyor, we've been working on that with our building certifier. So the building certifier has requested a few bits of information from us, and we still need to get back to her on some extra bits and pieces, but that's tracking really well from the building approval. So if you didn't know, generally you're going to need a development application, which is a DA, and you're also going to need a building approval with your certifier, which is a BA. So we've almost got our DA, and we're almost set for our BA as well. We're very close on both of those. Swimming pool specs and pool fencing. That'll all be done with the swimming pool with our certifier. So to get our drawings done, we work with a company based in Albion, which is in the centre of Brisbane, called Designer Planning. And we had a really good experience with them. So we did a fair bit of research before signing up with a planner, chatting locally through our network in Purpose Property in our business. And we decided to go ahead with Designer Planning based on their fee and based on the quality of work that they could provide. So they've got a team of people that can do this draftsman work. And we were able to get some great results in terms of our plans. So this first shot on the first page shows you what the house will look like with the carport, the driveway. Now the space on the right isn't correct, so that won't be all concreted. That'll be gardens and pathways and things like that. But for the purposes of these drawings, this is what it looks like at the moment. And this will be what the front facade... Yes?
He thinks you're talking to him.
And this will be what the front facade looks like. Triple Gable Queenslander up the top, 2.7 metre high ceilings down below, 3 metre plus ceilings upstairs, and a carport off to the left hand side for both of our cars. We're potentially going to put a roller door on the carport, but we'll see. We might do that well after, well down the track once we've finished the build and everything's settled in. So let's take a look at the site drawings. So this side by side shows you the existing house and the proposed property once we're finished. Now you can actually see that the existing house, the roof line is the exact same when we're doing this build. So we're actually not changing the square footage of the home, we're just lifting the house up, keeping the current roof line. The only additional roof space will be this proposed deck. So we're planning on doing a flyover roof and a flyover deck on the rear of the property with some bifolds heading out the back, and downstairs having a plungy max pool, which we are very excited about. We tossed and turned about getting a swimming pool, but given that we're in Brisbane in southeast Queensland, we felt that it was the right decision for us, and it definitely adds value to this style of property and the area we're in, being a blue chip suburb, and other houses like this, you know, of this quality selling between that $1.7 to $2 million mark in our suburb.
We'd actually made the decision not to get a pool. Like, that was the decision we'd made. And then we had Asa. You say hello into the microphone. Then we had Asa, and he loves the water. And we were like, why not just get a pool? Because if you don't, then it's too late. Like, we can't get access to the backyard anymore. So.
Oh, it'd be just a difficult thing to do if we've done the build and we haven't done a swimming pool. So, and a lot of our favourite memories are both probably from swimming and playing in a swimming pool as a, you know, kid between the ages of 3 and 14. I think once you get in your early teenagers, you probably don't swim as much, but spending the money on the swimming pool both creates value for us in terms of equity for our property, and obviously the kids get some great enjoyment out of having a swimming pool. So why cut that cost out when there's potential joy there for the kids and entertaining and having people over as well. So that's pretty much the proposed plan. So carport out the front, keep the existing roof line, proposed deck and plungy pool with some yard space for some soccer out the back. So this is the existing subfloor plan and upstairs at the moment. So this shows you where all the posts are under the house. you probably don't need to worry about that. But this shows you our current floor plan upstairs and the current beams upstairs as well. So you can see we've got a small front deck here. This is our master bedroom, a shared bathroom, a small kitchen, bedroom, study or some sleep out spaces out the back. So my current office is this small study here, which definitely is, I like having my own study space.
Yeah.
Separate work area is a must. And so we've planned on continuing that into the new floor plan. So as you can see, we probably don't have enough room at the moment. We've got 3 of us, and if there were 4 or 5 or more in this house, then, not going to be able to squeeze in. So we definitely need a few extra bedrooms.
Yeah, and those study spaces they built in an external deck at some point. So it's on timber decking, there's heaps of gaps in the floor, which is fine when you're just using it for a study, but it's not really bedroom grade.
So this shows you the downstairs. So this is the brand new area, the brand new layer of property. So we got to play around with the walls and the spaces here. We actually had inspiration from our neighbours down the street who sold their home for almost $2 million. So we went, wow, we love this home, $2 million, we don't want to spend that. The numbers on this property so far is we spent $681,000 to buy the house. We've spent about $50,000 doing our renovations. If you've ever watched the Gable Queenslander series, I think we're about 20 episodes in at this point. So we're probably going to end up with a 40 or 50 episodes. I don't know. Maybe we can make the actual raise and build into like a 10 or 12 episode series. But essentially, we had room to play downstairs, and we ended up deleting the master walk-in robe. So that's probably the biggest difference here to other houses. We managed to get 3 bedrooms down here. So we've got the master, bedroom 2 and bedroom 3, and we've got a feature wall, which is very important. We've got a curved, curves are in the 2020s, and so when you come into the house, there'll be a curved with batten timber feature wall, and we're going to have batten timber probably running up from the stair treads. We were going to run the timbers from floor to ceiling, but now we've been seeing some inspiration, or Em's been seeing some Instagram inspiration, and we're probably going to run those timbers from the actual stair, the base of the stair upwards, and keep under the stairs completely open, because we want to be able to use that area downstairs for couches, for bean bags, for kids' study desks, things like that. Yeah,
so if you run it floor to ceiling, then it sort of it becomes like a Harry Potter closet that doesn't actually have a door, so you can't use it for storage because it would be ugly, and it would just be for feature, and it just wastes so much space.
All the space behind it would be unused. So we're probably going to have open treads as well. Yeah. And just one set of straight stairs up to the top floor. And then we've got a small ensuite, so shower, toilet, basin, it's just what we need. And we don't have that walk-in robe like I was saying, just a normal robe, and we're probably going to do a separate hanging, I don't know what you call it, very fashionista style open wardrobe.
Wow.
Hanging from the roof like you'd see in markets with some rope and some timber. That's something I think we'd be keen to do, to have our nicer jackets and clothes a bit on display, and also get some more hanging space.
Yeah, we were also thinking in the master where there's this gap in between the windows, we're thinking of doing a window seat, but we haven't got it in the plans, and we'll just see how we go for space and decide if it's worth it or not.
The other big thing downstairs is the European-style laundry. So this side door has some stairs going towards the backyard. We're probably going to have double-sided stairs, so maybe one step here to go towards the garage or the carport. So that means this area is backing onto the kids' or family bathroom. And there's a glass wall here, a freestanding tub, a shower, a toilet, and then a pocket sliding door to save on space. So the real success downstairs is that we were able to squeeze in 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, and a small living space, which is where we're going to put a couch, and then that'll head out onto the bigger deck where we can have entertaining and lead out onto the swimming pool. So, I mean, we're really happy with the space downstairs. There's not a lot of dead area space. Everyone's got their own kind of, pockets or spaces as well, and the kids are kind of sectioned off towards the front with the master retreat. You could call it a retreat, it's not that far away, but the master space set towards the back of the property. So the bedrooms aren't big. They're not big by any means, but they're not small either. Yeah,
so they're right on par, but we challenged ourselves to see if we could fit in that floor space that we've already got. Like, we didn't want to extend. We didn't want to need to, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I guess our philosophy with doing these plans, especially having the freedom to choose basically whatever we wanted downstairs, was to try and suit the environment for us. This is not for anyone else. This is our dream home. This is our forever home essentially for the next 20 years as we see it before we move to the coast probably, which is what we both want to do. And so we decided that, you know, compromising on some of the living area downstairs, getting those bedrooms, and then having a reasonable amount of space upstairs so we could have a studio for YouTube and for running the business. And having the space suit us over the long term was the most important thing for us. So that's why we've ended up with this layout. So let's show you what happens upstairs, which is a little bit different to what you might expect because we are knocking out a bunch of walls. And so you can see here, there's some posts across the kitchen, across the living area, and down over the study and back towards the master bedroom. So we're trying to save as much money as possible on the raise part. We'll be doing new flooring throughout, probably yellow tongue with a black butt timber flooring. Or I don't know if we've got. Oh yeah, that's very similar to what we want. This is smooth black butt. This is engineered hardwood. We're tossing up whether we use engineered or real black butt timber, but it'll depend on the supplier and the cost at that point in time. I'd be really happy with engineered black butt, but we'll just wait and see whether we go for the real stuff or whether engineered works because that might be easier to clip together and lay. But the great thing about upstairs is we've not changed a whole lot and we've changed a whole lot at the same time.
Yeah.
Goes both ways. So the main difference upstairs is we've got that study, which is the studio space for our business, Purpose Property and the buyer's agency. There's a nook here to have a bunch of things, you know, equipment, camera equipment, microphones, all things hang up on those shelves. So the studio I'm sure we'll do a studio tour at some point once the build's finished. But then we're leaving the master bedroom, the front deck and the bathroom all pretty much as is, saving as much of it as possible to save us money. And then we're getting our builders, our chippies, to open up the space, get rid of both studies, whack some bifolds in this back area here so we can get out onto a back deck, and obviously we're doing that flyover roof onto that rear deck as well. We're then planning on doing some bench seating, having a dining table here around the bench seats. This will actually be an L-shaped kitchen with an island in the middle, and we're going to reveal to you those IKEA plans at a later date because that deserves its own video. There's so much effort and thought that's gone into building that IKEA kitchen and negotiating with IKEA on what cupboards we can and can't have for our space. And so this is what we're going to end up with. So 3 bedroom, 2 bath downstairs, essentially 2 bed if you include the study as a bedroom, 2 bed, 1 bath upstairs, and that bathroom will service this room as well as guests. And again, we don't need to renovate it because we've got a basic bathroom up here which suits us for the next 5-10 years. Yeah. And then we're putting most of our money into our trades, so the raising company and our chippies and the crane company. Those are probably our 3 biggest expenses.
That'll be the next video. We can start breaking down the quotes and what we think timing wise.
But I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below about our plans. What do you think? Do you think we've done the right thing? What would you change in terms of your own, if this was your own home? And if you want to go back and watch the start of our renovation series on the Gable Queenslander, click this video over here to see that empty house tour. And
give us a like for trying to do this video with a baby.
Yeah, trying to shoot videos with a 9-month-old, not very successful, but glad you made it this far. Bye. Peace.